that in mind, what are your thoughts as you look ahead to the 2024 season, NASCAR Camping World Truck Series season?
Honestly, things are looking really, really good at this point. So still got a few weeks before Daytona. So feel like kind of the Daytona thrash is upon us. But honestly, from a people standpoint here at CR7 Motorsports and just overall culture and just the overall parts and pieces and trucks we have to build here, feel very good about it at this point. So it's still a lot of work to do. We knew this part of the season was going to be really, really busy for us, and it is. But everything is going really good so far.
What do you feel is the right fit right now for you to be with CR7 as we enter the 2024 season?
So I've known Cody and his family and everybody at the Grant County Mulch family for a long time. And those guys have become more like family to me. And so I always, it was always kind of a dream of ours to be able to put something together. Thought it was more of a pipe dream than reality though. But when they were willing to make the commitment to do it right, and I was on my side, and Chevrolet and Champion Power Equipment, when we were able to put all the pieces of the puzzle together, then it was a no-brainer for us. So there was just a lot up in the air, 6 or 8 months ago. But 3 or 4 months ago, we were able to put everything together and put all the pieces of the puzzle together to what I feel is like is going to be a very long-term successful organization. I feel like from where this team was a year ago to where we are right now, you recognize a few of the people, but not much else. So a lot of hard work has been going on behind the scenes, and now there's just a whole lot of work going on in general in the shop right now. And like I said, I feel really good about it.
How much does it help your confidence in knowing that you're going to have Jeff crew chiefing as well as having that technical alliance with McAnally this year?
Yeah, myself and Jeff Sankwitz have had a lot of success together in the past. It's been a while since we've worked together, but we've stayed in touch through all these years, and have remained friends. And we talk about racing, we talk about family and everything else. So yeah, that was obviously a big piece of this puzzle that needed to be here for us to make all this happen. So yeah, I feel like our relationship helps us, but also, like, I think everybody knows Jeff is one of the smartest crew chiefs in whatever garage he's in. So I think that's been great. It's also been great working with some of the guys that he's worked with in the past, and working with some of the guys that I've worked with in the past, and kind of putting them all together. And it's working really, really good so far. I know we haven't made it to the first race, but everybody's gelling together very well at the shop. There's a very good culture already, which is very difficult to implement. I feel like Jeff and Michael Shelton have done that. But also my lead engineer Dan Tamani, he came with me. He's been my engineer for almost 5 years now. He came over here. This is the first time him and Jeff are working together. I feel like all that's going really well. We're able to do our first sim session this week with GM. Feel like all that went well. It just, there's so many pieces of the puzzle that you have to put together here. But to this point, and there's still a lot more pieces we have to put together. But at this point, in 3 weeks before Daytona or 4 weeks before Daytona, I feel really good about things.
So, in knowing that this is a first year program with this team and everything all coming together, what are those goals and expectations that you have entering the season?
I feel like that's a little bit of a moving target for us. I think there's just there's so many aspects that are so many people, so many parts and pieces that are working together for the first time. But everything that we're doing, from the trucks, the chassis, we're using GMS fabrication. Mike Beam and those guys are building our chassis, which is chassis that I've run before, that Jeff's run before, that Dan's done the sim measurements on before. You have a lot of proven parts and pieces. We're still using Jerry Painter's bodies. All of the people on our team have a lot of experience. George Stone, our truck chief, Jim Pierce, our lead mechanic, all of these guys have more than 10 years experience in racing. So at that point, you ask that question, well, the sky's the limit, but at the same time, you're putting everything together at one time. So, I think a lot of it is just, how quickly we can, communicate at the racetrack, communicate through practice, make our changes. But I mean, I feel like by the time we get to the fifth race of the season, we should have all of our bugs worked out. We should have all of our I's dotted and our T's crossed, and I feel like we should be able to run with the best of them. I mean, we're gonna have the parts and pieces and the people to win races and contend for a championship in year one. Now, if we do that, that's up to us to put in the work and put in the effort and to make it all happen. But we have the resources, we have the commitment from Cody and the Grant County Mulch family and Champion Power Equipment. We have the commitment, and it's a matter of just doing it now.
What track are you most excited to get to on the schedule?
I'm looking forward to Darlington. I feel like that's just I think every driver loves Darlington, right? I think that's one of grown to be one of my favorite on the circuit. Obviously, the first race at Daytona is going to be wild and crazy. Everybody knows that. But then the very next week is Atlanta, which is now basically a hybrid speedway race for us there as well, which there's a level of craziness there. And then the last 2 years of Vegas, the track has been so gripped up with that earlier schedule, the cooler temperatures that we've raced there the last couple of years. We were wide open at Las Vegas for at least 15 laps last year. Just a high grip track when we go there when it's really cool. So I feel like our first three tracks almost are a little bit of, shouldn't say that's not a taste of what's to come, but I really think it's going to be later on in the season before we really find out where we're at from a mile and a half standpoint and all of that. Because the first two races are basically speedways, and like I said, the last couple of years, Las Vegas has had a lot more grip than in years past. So yeah, just definitely looking forward to Darlington. I am happy that we seem to have quite a few short tracks on the schedule this year. Little disappointed we don't have quite the variety that we've had the last couple of years. But nonetheless, very happy that we're going to some more short tracks with going to Bristol twice and Martinsville twice and have quite a few short tracks in the playoffs as well again.
You mentioned Darlington, so I gotta ask this: with all the throwbacks that people have done, is there a throwback like paint scheme out there that you wish you could run one day?
It's I guess I probably shouldn't say this, but
Okay.
I really don't. There are people in my life and people on my team and people that have helped me go racing for a long time that really, really care about paint schemes. And I have opinions when they're done, but I'm truly blessed to be able to drive these things and I love to drive it. I let other people love to do the graphics and come up with cool, throwback schemes. And there's ones I appreciate out there, but
Yeah.
I don't really get into that.
Hey, that's fair. I mean, every driver's different, right? Some drivers care about how, are very fussy about how their car or truck looks, and then other ones they just want to go fast and be successful, right? So
I
I get it.
think
Um, I was also gonna ask, what is it about the truck series that just makes it fun that you keep coming back every year? I mean, because it's been a while that you've been involved with the series now.
Yeah, this will more or less, I guess not technically, but this will basically be my eighth full-time season in the truck series. And for me, I was a guy that, basically was a 32-year-old rookie in the truck series. It's not because that's when I started racing, it's because it's when I had my first opportunity to run full-time. It was a dream come true for me to be able to run one full-time season and to be entering my eighth is something that's truly very special to me. It's not anything that I take lightly to have the opportunity to get in really fast race trucks and race for wins. something that, I'm one of those guys that's living my dream. I love the truck series. I love that the truck series has a niche. I
Right.
like it's a niche for our sponsors, Champion Power Equipment. I feel like it's a niche for a market. I feel like there's a Cup Series, there's the Baby Cup Series, and then there's the Truck Series. I mean that's how I look at it. And while Xfinity, I think they do have the best driving package out there right now. I think their vehicles drive the best right now. I think they have for the last few years. I don't see it as being a marketing niche. I feel like there's lots of companies that benefit from having their name on a Craftsman Truck Series truck. That's what we're driving every day. That's what most all of us drive on a daily basis, and I feel like it's a niche from a marketing standpoint, but it's a true grassroots blue collar series, and even though not everybody involved in the series is necessarily blue collar, our fans are, the guys that work on this stuff are, I am, like, I don't know. I feel like it's me. I feel like I'm our demographic, and I love the truck series. Now there's things I get frustrated about, and I wish we could race a little bit more, and I feel like we're more aero dependent than we truly have to be. There's obviously always ways to get better. So yeah, I get frustrated with some of that stuff sometimes, but I truly love the truck series. Love our schedule. I love the fact that we run 23 races a year. I like the length of our races. I like the excitement for most of our races. Sometimes it's a little bit too exciting, but yeah, I love it. To answer your question, and it's also still literally a dream coming true for me to be able to do this.
So with it being a dream come true, what's been that most memorable moment that stands out from this dream that you're living right now?
I mean, I don't know, from even, it meant a lot to my career, but it probably meant more to me personally, than it did even career wise. But was the first win at Talladega at the hometown track with the friends and family, and a lot of friends there that helped make my racing career possible were at that race. So it'll be tough to top that one. Hopefully we can one day, but it'll be tough to top that racing memory. And that's been a few years now. It's been since 2016, but yeah, the first Truck Series win, and to do it at the hometown track was something that will be with me forever.